Hey guys, it's been a while since I filmed. Um, my roommate was home for most of the week, so I couldn't really film. He's been gone now about 36 hours. Um, at his parents' house. Um, so I'm in my bed. Um, I don't have much to say really. I've just been on my antidepressants, which have helped a lot. Um, sorry, my camera's all weird. I find that my antidepressants are really. I'm still getting headaches. Um, but I still have a lot of negative self talk. But the positive self talk I find with the antidepressants has really gotten better. Um, the headaches are still here or there. I've gone up to 3 pills now, and that's, I think, 75 milligrams. I think. I might have it wrong, but that's 75 now, which I'm still. I have about 3 more weeks before I start to see like the full effects of it. I mean, it's still hard. Like, my positive self talk is getting better, but it doesn't mean the negative self talk isn't there. And I'm just trying to keep myself busy. I started streaming on Twitch. If you're ever interested in checking it out, let me know and I'll send you a link. Um, I've been just doing that, and like I got Ark Survival, whatever, and that's what I've been doing because I've been in quarantine. So like today, I just focused on playing that, and then I'm gonna go stream it tomorrow because I didn't want to stream myself just quiet building stuff because that's all I was doing is I was just building bridges, and I feel like that's boring. But um, my sleeping schedule's messed up. I got it fixed a little bit, and then last night I stayed up all night, so not anymore. Um, I don't know. I'm just working on stuff. I'm now making a point to like now that I'm streaming, I put on makeup like every day because I'm streaming. So like I want to look my best. So I try to put on makeup whenever I'm gonna stream, even if it's not much. Like I'm putting on move that I put on my makeup every day, and when I'm streaming, like even if it's not much, like it makes me look like a human being. Uh, yeah. Today I cleaned my apartment. Not like a whole lot. I did like my bedroom, my kitchen, and my living room. I'll leave it then. Like my living room, I really just reorganized some video games and I wiped down my PS4 and my PS2. I wiped all the dust off. There's a cat in here freaking out. I've been working out every day. My roommate's not here. I work out and I do 100 sit-ups, 100 squats. I don't know like how much like, or I don't know if like the difference between like 100 sets and like I don't know what the difference is between sets and reps. So basically, like I do like I do like rounds where I do like 25, 25, 25. So I do like 25 squats, 25 like I don't know what they are, but like I saw some girl from 90 Day Fiance doing it where like it's like a you hold the weight in one hand and you just like I don't know. Like it's a weird one. I don't know. It's like a squat. 25 of those on each side, 50 Russian twists, 50 bicycle crunches, 25 regular crunches, 30 seconds of planking, 10 seconds of a side plank, 10 seconds of another side plank, because I just started that today. I'll probably go up to 15 tomorrow. And then restart. And that's what I'm doing. And then I've got some stuff to coming in so I can start doing more leg stuff too. I've got like elastic like band things, I guess. column, which are I'm going to use my legs. I'm trying to make a point so that when I'm upset, instead of crying, I will just work out, because I don't know. It doesn't make me feel better, but I'll just turn on like a video and I'll watch that. I just work out until I can't move, and then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm done. So probably wake up tomorrow, do my workout, do my makeup, stream on Twitch. Yeah, it's like all my days are right now is like waiting. When my roommate's here, I try to cook dinner. Sometimes we get takeout. Sometimes he goes on like late night walks with me, and like he talks about how I never went on adventures when I was younger. And it's hard to explain to someone, because he doesn't quite wrap his head around the fact that like I never had confidence in myself. And I never had the confidence in myself to go out on my own and just do things on my own, because I always figured like I'll mess something up, or what if I get hurt, or Neil be like, well, you shouldn't have thought that, you just do it, you don't think about it. Even though he's somebody who constantly says you should think about everything. I wasn't I'd go on adventures with my friends. And he's like, I'm like, I have gone on adventures. There were nights like me and my friends. I've been to a few other countries. Like I went to Istanbul, and one night, which is not safe, I with a group of another group with a group of young women. We were like 16. We just walked around Istanbul at night. Not safe. I climbed over balconies and hang out in people's rooms and like smoke a hookah with them, and again, not a good idea, but like that's what I did. And like he's like, see, you're just a spoiled rich kid. And it's like, well, I worked a lot to go to Turkey, and like I went to Turkey, Greece, and Italy on a school trip, and I worked from the time I was in high school. I worked like 8-hour shifts like every day while I was in high school. My grades really hurt for it because I wanted to do that trip, and I ended up paying for almost all of it. And then my sister went on a trip and didn't pay for any of it, so my mother gave me that money back. But I've been trying kind of like to go on. Oops, I've been trying to like go on like walks by myself. Um, uh, but I guess he doesn't quite. I'm not somebody who's like. I'm not a feminist. I don't identify as a feminist, but I do understand that like putting myself in dangerous situations can have dangerous outcomes. And maybe it's just because of my past. I don't know if I've talked about it, but I was abused as a child by another child. If I say how I was abused, YouTube will censor it, but it's not the good kind. It's an adult kind of abuse that was happened to me when I was a kid by another kid. I was 5 years old, and it has always made me very scared. For the rest of my life, it made me terrified. And I never understood why, because I repressed memories really don't have a lot of evidence, but I didn't remember it, and the only other person who corroborates it is my sister. And it made me scared of men. It made me scared to interact with guys. It made my life. When you get hurt like that so young, it makes, in a place that you thought was safe, it makes it so going into unsafe situations feel like they're gonna kill you. And it's hard for him to wrap his head around that, because he'd be like, you just get over it. And it's like that. I couldn't. I didn't know why. That was the big thing too, is I didn't know why. And then you put on top of that the fact I have, look at him, I have clinical depression, which lowers my confidence in myself entirely. And then I didn't have friends. Well, I did have friends, but a lot of my friends, um, when we weren't the adventurous type, we'd sit at home and we'd watch movies or we'd play video games. Like that was what me and my friends did. And he's like, you guys should have been going on adventures. And it's like we lived in a part of town where like the closest you could like we lived a good 30-minute walk away from the river, which is the only place you can really explore. And I have parents. My father had already lost a child, and my mother had me. They both had me and my sister when they were older. Like, I used to go to sleepovers at my friend's house, and my dad would drive around and make sure we weren't out of, like, doing stuff. But he's been kind of going at me a bit, being like, you need to go on more adventures. And I'm like, I want to go on adventures with you. There's a cemetery, and it's like an hour-long walk to that cemetery. But I was like, I want to walk there with him, and I want to like just go around there and check it out, and I don't know, explore that. Like I've never really explored that area, and I want to do that, and I want to do that with him because when he's around, I feel safe, and I understand that like I need to be able to do things on my own, but I feel so like I went for like a 6 hour walk or something like 2 weeks ago, and I just kind of walked down by the river, and this was before I had that, like, this was a few hours before I had that really bad episode, but I was just walking around, and like I was just walking down by the river, and all I could think was like I could get jumped, somebody could attack me. I'm all by myself. I'm 25. I'm 24, 25 next month. Like I have nothing on me to defend myself, and that's all I could think about. But I forced myself. I'm like, you're gonna keep going, and nothing happened. But like it's like all I could think about. And the times when I have really gone on explorations by myself around the city have been when I've been very depressed because I didn't care what happened. But like like we walked around this area, and he's like, I used to go to parties here all the time, and I'm like, it's good for you. I never went to parties. Like, you could have gone to parties. You just have to show up at the house and you're there. And I'm like, I didn't know where the houses were, and I had no way to get to the houses. Like, and if I did, like, what am I gonna do? Hang out with a bunch of people who don't like me? Like, that's what my high school was people didn't really like me, and I did that to myself. But he lives very much a life where sometimes he can't put himself in other people's shoes, and he can't empathize. And when he does empathize, it's almost too late, I guess. I think it's also the fact that I just hate this city. I've explored Calgary, I've explored Vancouver, way more dangerous places. I went and I walked around Calgary sometimes late at night last year, and I just kind of looked around, and I walked through all the like, I didn't walk down any alleys, but like I walked around the city, and I just kind of like looked around at all the neat stuff, and that was really fun for me. Vancouver last year, um, at one point I was looking for a Sephora because my sister likes Jeffree Star. Eh, the whole stuff with Davi Vanities really made me question his character. But I walked to Sephora to get my sister some stuff, and my mom was with us, and she was very paranoid because she's like, you can't walk around because we're by Fremont Street, and if you don't know what Fremont Street is, it's a place in Vancouver, in all of Canada, that has probably the highest density of homeless people. it's a very sad place to see. But where I was walking was near Fremont Street. Is it Fremont? Fremont is in Vegas. I can't remember the name of the street. I'm thinking Fremont, but that's Vegas. Um, but I was just walking. I just walked by this very dangerous road in Vancouver, and I just walked down to Sephora, and like I kind of took like a long way, and I looked at everything, and I really enjoyed myself. I just kind of listened to music on my headphones, and I had a good time. Even when I went to Vegas, I went with it to Vegas with my sister and her boyfriend. My mom went as well, but like we went to Fremont, and then we were gonna walk back to the Strip, and that's we realized that's we couldn't do that because I was like that was a long walk. We ended up getting on a bus, but like we passed by so many drug houses, and we're just sitting there, like it was fun, and like I just have like I want to go to Japan, and I want to explore Japan, and I want to explore Akihabara, and I want to like just walk around. I want to explore Tokyo, and I want to see Osaka, and I want to know which places I shouldn't go and know where I should go, but I don't even know if I can go to Japan now. And then when I tell him these things, he's like, "You're spoiled. You can always have an adventure wherever you are." I'm like, "Well, my adventures are different than yours." My adventures were my apartment burning down and me losing everything. Me shoving my fingers down my cat's throat trying to get her to breathe. Not all adventures are good adventures. And adventures are more fun if you have someone to go on them with. And I do like doing stuff on my own. I'm not going to say I don't, but it's just been something that's kind of been getting to me, I guess. Because he never wants to go anywhere with me, but like his cousin will call him and he'll be like, oh, he'll drop everything and just go. He used to call me on the phone while he walked around his neighborhood. It sucks. It sucks a lot. I'm just gonna keep focusing on positive self talk and keeping myself busy. I don't normally sleep with a teddy, but when he's not around, I sleep with him. I hope he comes home today. I'm gonna go. This video is too long. And I have to try and sleep, so I'm gonna go listen to Tatiana Tater talk about the Lily Jean situation. Can't believe she lives here. Anyways,